Hello again, YouTube. Lovell Hawes, prior enlisted Marine, history buff, and just a general guy who does a lot of research. And this one's going to be a little health update. Yesterday, I actually did a little bit of physical therapy. The occupational therapist was not in because she's actually married to somebody who actually accepted a coaching position at JMU. So that's an incredible opportunity for the gentleman, and so she's gonna take up with a hospital probably closer to where to there, and I hope she has a good time with that because she seemed rather nice. Um, but I did have such time with my physical therapist. I actually had a little bit of a joke. There was one point where she actually tied a little band around my legs and had me walk sideways, and I was like, I was actually wearing this shirt when I did it, and I'm like, I'm crab walking. Look at me, I'm Zoidberg. Whoop 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 whoop. Well, she's like, you're even wearing orange. And that's when I walked down. You know, I walked right into that when she said crab walked. Oh, so I like my physical therapist. She has a great sense of humor. Yeah, I mean, yeah, she wants next time she sees me, which will be next Tuesday, she wants to see me do a perfect Zoidberg. So I'm gonna have to work on my Zoidberg impression. And I actually have an orange pair, a reddish orangish pair of shorts that actually I could wear at the same time, so that way I could and maybe even draw the Zoidberg tentacles onto my mask right here, so that because you have to wear a mask in the hospital still, and that way it actually looks like I'm Zoidberg, and that way I can be Doctor Zoidberg. Whoop 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 whoop. Okay, so overall, I think the physical therapy is helping. I've been doing a lot of the physical therapy at home. And there's actually been other things I've been doing where I actually think that additional blood flow is helping. So things like super beets and vitamin E, things of that nature, have been helping with that as well. And in fact, just recently, actually today, the tingling in my toes have actually gotten more aggressive, suggesting that it's getting ready to go into pins and needles feeling. And for a brief period of time, it actually felt like pins and needles. I'm not looking forward to months of that because I'm not sure when I'd ever be able to sleep, but it's it's got to be a thing, I guess. And for a little test that I do, there's actually a clock in this room that I can actually have a chance to read across the room. My right eye being the weaker of the two, and a little bit of a gauge is what has been the status quo for the right eye, which, like I said, was the worst of the two, is I could read about six of the numbers on this manual clock. Today I could read eight, and it's starting to get a little bit better there. The left eye, I can read all 12 of them, but both eyes are still very light sensitive. So on a bright sunny day like how today was, it's just it gets worse before it gets better, and I'm honestly looking forward to when I can actually read all 12 numbers with both eyes and it stay that way all day. I'm also looking forward to when I can actually pick up a pen and not lose control of it when I try to write and when I don't lose my balance. Which I'm not the only one helping with physical therapy. My grandmother has been not very mobile, and I figured a little bit of physical therapy would help with her as well. So what I decided to do was help her get up and guide her into basically a circle around the living room, and then set her back down. And then 2 hours later, come back and do it again. And 2 hours later, come back and do it again until it's supper time. And the idea being is that as she gets to do it over and over and over, she gets better at it, and eventually be able to get her to where she can walk a little bit farther, like say into the kitchen, walk around that, and which is a little farther away, and then go back to her chair, and then do that every 2 hours until she can do that better, and maybe make it just a little bit longer and a little bit longer, and eventually she'll be walking down the length of the house virtually unassisted. She did great with that. It's a struggle, but she did great. I didn't have to help her from having issues at all. She just said she was a little tired. Right about where you want to be with physical therapy, really. A little bit of a challenge is what you're aiming for. Just a little. And just build on it. So, just a little bit like so. So, she's doing a little bit better. I'm walking her, like I said, I've been walking her around and making sure that she is getting decent to good nutrition. And I let myself go after service, and it was I don't recommend that. Any Marines watching this, don't ever let yourself go. You'll regret it. I promise. But anyhow, that's a bit of an update on the health front. Those of you who've been watching my videos know that I've been struggling with other other family health issues, which unfortunately were resolved in a way that was not good. I've been asked not to share too much information on that at the moment, so I'll keep that in mind and not do too much there. And for me, as on that particular front, it's a struggle day to day. But I will be okay one day. I just wasn't ready for this for another 30 years. But I've been Lovell, you've been great, and I hope you guys are having a good day.